My name is Donnery Gritten. It's day 2 in this shithole, and after collecting my thoughts, I decided that I need to take stock of my supplies. Some rations and medikits, along with my pistol, which I needed to pick up still. I needed to figure out my priorities. I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck out here for. Food is alright for now, and from the looks of it, none of the mechanoids are coming after me, so I won't be joining my comrades just yet. My main priority is finding shelter. It looks to be the remains of an old structure nearby. It's got some solid walls. With a bit of work, it might be a decent starting point. Nice defendable position built into a hill. Would make a decent bunker if mortars are involved, so I'll claim it as my own. As I started to get to work, I saw some ship fragments raining down around me. Looks like our escort fighters finally arrived. Guess they also weren't doing so well. Doesn't really matter now. Don't know any of them. Just hope none of them land on me. You'd have to be blind or thick not to notice how bad the walls looked. Covered in bullet holes and muck. I've got a lot of work to do. So I started out with repairing the walls. I shifted some of the remains around to patch up some of the holes. Don't have the tools for stone cutting yet, so it's that or flimsy wooden walls, which I don't like. There also seemed to be some furniture and a punching bag. Nice finds. After that, I set out an area to move some of the old rubble to. Might as well start cleaning. This fucking room won't be doing shit for a while. As I finished patching up the walls to the main building, I still had half a wall of solid slate sticking out. Might as well use it. So I set up the plans for extending the building. It'll be primitive wood to start out with, but hopefully I'll be able to set up something more solid later on. Because as I watch all this debris raining down, it makes me think they're not going to win this fight. Meaning, I might be stuck down there for a while yet. And without proper telecoms, I won't be able to radio in for help anyways. And my simple standard issue Legion radio won't have a chance of breaking the atmosphere. So even if they did win, we'd probably still be stranded here. Saw some escape pods coming down on fire. Not a single survivor. Am I really the only one? Not sure if that's luck or curse, really. Checking out some of the surrounding structures, I'd spotted an old bed in one, which is a welcome sight. He was a bit knackered, but it's better than nothing. I should be able to fix it up, maybe come morning. Not really up for doing it right now. It's been a long day. Don't remember the last time I got some rest. Nearly got these walls up though. After that, I think I'll turn in for the night. Lieutenant Gritten, signing off for day 2 on this shithole. Day 3. The walls were almost fixed up, and I made plans of building myself a table and chair. The starting point of trying to be somewhat civilized, I guess. Speaking of civilization, I can't help but wonder if there's still people on this planet, or is it all just ruins like this? Something to think about another time. My main issue right now is being that I left my rations outside overnight, which is bad. I needed to set up an area for storage, as I want some critter to start eating them. I've got limited food right now, but I don't have the manpower to try and start growing anything. I don't know much about farming anyways. But, I mean, I've seen it being done. Potatoes can't be that hard, right? Not had fresh food in God knows how many years. I had an apple once. A rare commodity these days. Ah, fuck. Lost a ration to a hedgehog. How the hell does that thing eat something the size of its own body? Ugh, whatever. It's getting late. Lieutenant Donnery Gritten, signing off for day 3. Day 4. Got up early next morning and had something to eat. Dreamt of potatoes, strangely enough. Kinda sad, I guess. As for work, the bed was starting to give me back pain. Not really repaired it yet, so I worked on fixing it up a bit. After that, it's just more repairs on the walls. At this point, I'm pretty sure they could take more than a few Lancer's shots and be fine. Brings me an amount of comfort knowing that. Room kinda looks like shit though. Can't be blamed, I guess, since it is also a storage closet. I should try and make a workshop or something. More plans for the future, I guess. It's also starting to get cold at night. Don't want to set up a campfire though. Not safe to let people know there's life here. I'll make do with a small torch or something. It will give me a bit of warmth and help light my way at night. As I think about it though, if I did get that workshop made, I might be able to look into stone cutting. Would make for a much more sturdy base, along some other perks. Other than that though, I guess I'm doing alright. Didn't land in the heart of a hive or in the sea or something, so that's a plus. It's quiet today. A cool and clear summer afternoon. No more falling ship parts are coming down. Not sure we'll one up there. The only traces of it ever happening is the graveyard of the fallen, borne down on their cradles of fire, laid to rest in the embrace of steel and earth. I'll try and bury them another time. On an entertaining or morbid note, seems like one of the crashed ship parts managed to crush a buffalo. Think of the chances of that. Well, better it than me, I guess. I wonder if I could cook it up or something. Having a look at that Roomba, seems like it needs a hefty chunk of power to work. I'll need to look into power generation soon. Anyways, Lieutenant Donnery Gritten signing off for Day 4. Day 5 was a pretty normal start to the day. I was finishing up the last of the repairs on the walls, thankfully. I was thinking about getting some more wood for the dining room. The table needed the materials. I was broken from that thought though when I heard the roar of another escape pod overhead. Thought nothing of it really. That is till my radio actually got a signal from it. They were still alive. Apparently the man was injured and needed help, and had crashed not too far from me, just at the edge of the area. I didn't recognize his voice, but I can hope that it's a familiar face. First thing I needed to do was clear a space on the floor for him to tend to his wounds. I would try and build him a proper bed later. I still lacked materials. Needed to chop down some trees. After setting up a temporary space, I set out to go find him. Hopefully he survived the landing. As I approached the wounded man, I noticed he wasn't wearing a uniform of any sort. He must be a civilian. And if so, why was he up in the battle? I started questioning the man as I carried him back to my shelter. Apparently he's from one of the hub worlds that was forged after the sundering of Earth. Called himself Ludovic Wopik. I'll just call him Ludo. He explained that he's in the civilian clothing because he was friends with an officer on a ship and was getting free passage to another station and has no involvement with the military at all. I could smell a shit lie, and as I cut away some of his clothing to check on his wounds, I found some dog tags and the name matched. Confronted with this, he spilled the truth. He was a field medic from the 22nd Fade Troopers. The last I heard was that their commander took over a couple ships and took up piracy. This man somehow escaped that. I'm surprised he made it this far without being shot. With that said though, I realised that I couldn't just let him go. If he was caught by the Fades, he might tell them of me being here, and they might pay me a visit, and I can't take that chance. I informed Lou though that he would be staying here for a while. He wasn't too happy with that idea, but he said he'd comply. For now at least. With another mouth to feed, it's got me worried about food even more now. I'm starting to get low on these military rations, which isn't good. And Ludo's been complaining about his leg all day. I told him there's not much I can do about it. But later on, there was a loud shout from inside the shelter, so I went to go check on him. Bad news is that his wound's gotten infected. He told me that I needed to tend to it right away, and that he walked me through what to do. I tended it to best I could. I'm not a medic. We'll have to see how it turns out though in the next few days. Lieutenant Donnery Gritten, signing off for day 5. Day 6. I felt weary. Didn't want to get out of bed, but I knew I had to. I at least had one to sleep in, unlike Ludo. I will set out later today and move a bed from the other ruins for him. After dealing with breakfast, that is.
What's you feeding me?
I ended up just laying in the dirt though, looking up at the clouds above. Thought about my old life, before the army, before the war. I had just graduated when it all started. Me and a couple mates signed ourselves up, went through basic training. Was simple stuff really. Wish I appreciated it more now. Last time I saw most of those people. Couple years down the line, lost my hand to a scyther. Cut it clean off. Thankfully the Legion covers that sort of thing. The higher-ups like keeping us alive. Only because no one's stupid enough to join these days. Same thing as signing her life away. I went to go check up on Ludo. The infection was getting worse. I hope I don't have to amputate. Don't really have the know-how on the procedures. And I don't think Ludo will be able to do it himself. Not without any painkillers. I didn't tell him about the medikits I had. I'm not sure if he's worth using them on yet. I have to keep them. I finally went and got on that bed. After installing it, I helped him stand and get into it as well. Also thought I might as well do some repairs on it whilst I was there. He kept giving me funny looks for some reason though. After that though, I made sure he was alright before heading out to get some more wood. Still needed it for a couple things.
He burnt me out when he was fixing that.
It's getting late as I record this. Ludo's infected leg is getting worse. I can hear him moaning about it through the walls. I'll bid him good night before recording this. Hopefully he makes it to see tomorrow. Lieutenant Donnery Gritten, signing off for day 6. Day 7. Ludo made it through the night. He tells me that was the worst of it though, thankfully. Should be smooth sailing into recovery now, which is good. I need to finish up the extension to the base. Some nasty midnight black sparky creature keeps stalking around outside. It looks hungry, but I don't trust it. And as soon as this wall's done, I can move on to other projects that need my attention. Well, after a bit of deforestation, the extension is done. Got myself another table and chair as well, which is nice. Still needs a roof though. That and a floor. But it means I got more space to be able to set up a spot to prepare meat and cook meals. Apparently Ludo likes cooking.
Ludovic.
Not sure if I can trust him just yet though.
What?
Time will tell.
What an arsehole.
Later on, I realised that if I did want to get some stuff built, I'd need steel, which I got none of course. Means I need to head out and break apart some of the wrecked spaceship parts. Not a fan of disturbing the graves of the dead, but I'll do what I need to do to survive. Thankfully the wrecks are still salvageable though. Got some components as well, which are important. Basically everything needs the damn things. As soon as I get some power going, I'm going to put up some lights. These nights, they come quickly, and it gets pitch black out.
Can't see my own hand in front of my own face as well. That's how bad it gets. Might be able to work on power tomorrow. We'll see though. Lieutenant Donnery Gritten, signing off for day 7.
Was that the dog?
Day 8. I'd gotten up early to set out plans for building a wind turbine. Would have preferred a solar option, but I ain't got a clue how those damn things are built. So it'll be wind power for now, sadly. Ludo's looking a lot less like death, which is good. Anyways, gotta focus on clearing out the space for the wind turbine. Rain. Normally a soldier's worst enemy. Fills up the trenches, makes the ground muddy and difficult to walk on, especially in power armor. Now, I'm thankful for it. Gives me a nice shower after a week of rolling around in the dirt. Speaking of dirt, I've been working on paving over it with steel today. Stops things from growing and getting in the way of the turbine. Takes a bit more time to set up, but it means I don't have to chop back trees constantly. And efficiency is what I need around here, to make up for the lack of manpower. Ludo's up and about now, which is good. Also, when we were having a chat earlier today, we felt a strange, soothing sensation wash over us. Ludo seems alright with it, but I don't trust it. Must be some mechanor technology, which can never be trusted. No matter how nice it might make you feel.
That's 'cause you're an asshole.
Never trust them. As it was getting dark outside, our Simon managed to spot some cargo pods through this darkened drizzle. Looks like they landed nearby. They're normally used for trade and transporting simple goods between settlements, which means there must be more people on this planet. Though, seeing as how it landed here in the middle of nowhere, might as well pick them up. If anyone comes asking for them, I'll hand them over. Don't need to start any unnecessary fights right now. Picking the stuff up though isn't overly high on my to-do list. It was late and I was finishing clearing some rubble from out front. I'll be turning in for the night now. This is Lieutenant Donnery Gritten, signing off for Day 8. Day 9. I was heading out to collect some more steel for the wind turbine, and I spotted something I didn't expect to see at all. A thrombo. They're a pretty rare sight these days. Their horns fetch a hefty profit, and they'd nearly be hunted to death for it. I wouldn't attack one though. You could send a couple rounds into their head, and all you do is annoy the damn things. For now, I'm alright just leaving it alone to do its own thing, so long as it leaves me alone. I should start spacing out these audio logs a bit, I feel. Otherwise I might run out of space. I also don't need to really report every useless detail, like what I ate today and when was the last time I scratched my arse.
You do that all the time.
Anyways, I told Ludo that he could probably get going soon. There have been no signs of him being followed so far.
Of course.
I'll just check up on his leg later today.
It's alright, you know.
I was finishing on laying down the floor for the turbines when I popped inside for a late meal. Afterwards, when I was having a chat with Ludo about whether or not I wanted to stay or not, I heard a terrible sound coming from outside, which Ludo hopefully informed me was a great bastard.
What's a bastard?
The shit is a bastard. Some kind of turkey.
What now?
And why does Ludo know about birds?
Birds?
Well, whatever it is, it sounded like it was out for blood, and I needed to take care of it. I heard it stomping about outside, so I peeked my head out, took a couple shots at it. Missed most of them. I blamed the rain. Anyways, it charged the door and I slammed it in its face. Didn't want it biting me and giving me bird rabies. Can birds give you rabies? Anyway, I heard it go away, so I peeked my head out again. Took a couple more shots at it, sent it down. It was still alive though, so I went out and beat it to death. To save ammo, of course. Might eat it later, not sure. Can you get rabies from eating bird meat?
Oh, then you could cook it, no?
Regardless though, it's starting to get late again. This is Lieutenant Donnery Gritten, signing off for Day 9. It's Day 10 now. Had another chat off Ludo, and then after much discussion, he's finally made up his mind. He's decided to stay, which is good news.
Quite a nice place, actually.
I've still not told him of my mission. He doesn't need to know just yet. But his skills as a medic and as an amateur cook are welcomed, along with being an ace shot with a gun if need be. Though it also means I've got to expand the base some more if there's going to be two of us. I'm already feeling a bit cramped if I'm being honest. Ludo also posed an interesting question. What do we call this settlement, and who are we? Who am I? I am Plasteel Legion, through and through, and that's not changing. So that's what I settled on. Also means if some other people hear that name, and they're in the know, they might send help my way. Hopefully, at least. As for the settlement name, I chose Burrow. Interesting idea, but with the plans I've got for this place, I'll be tunneling into the mountain, and it's gonna be a bunker. Hopefully impenetrable. It's day 11 now. I worked through most of the night, and now I'm putting the last touches on the wind turbine. Finally. And with that, this baby's up and running. I can just lay a few simple cables down and Bob's your uncle. We got power. Soon we'll have light, heating, and we can get a stove working. Maybe even a fridge. That should solve our food problems. We can also put my workshop idea into play. Maybe even build a communications array to try and hail a passing ship. These are the first steps towards a proper foothold here. A step towards getting home, getting the AO core back to command. Ludo is going on a sad wander.
I can't feel my toes. I need socks.
Fucking twat.